Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Alice. I do vlogs and reaction videos. Today, we are reacting to Australia's Deadliest Animals song. I don't know what video I said it in, but I did say that everything in the land, sky, and sea want you dead, basically, here in Australia. You can't hide from deadly animals. I only saw the first few seconds of the song that came up on my Facebook feed. I was scrolling because a family member went away and I was keeping up with photos, and then this popped up as an ad or something, or recommended or whatever. I was just like, yep, I need to film a video ASAP. So here it is. I don't know how accurate this is as an Australian reacting to this. Anyway, let's get on with the video.
In Australia, we've got deadly animals aplenty. We've got funnel web
That's
spiders
true.
who'll murder you and your family under every second.
Okay, funnel web spiders, yes. Oh, we have a new species of spiders here. We found a new species of funnel web spider, by the way. I'll put the article here. But yeah, that's how deadly those... Well, okay, maybe there's no such thing as murdering a whole entire family, but if you don't get treatment straight away for the venom, yeah, you could die, possibly. Redback spider?
The rock is a redback spider,
Back spider.
And they'll kill you just because, I don't know, they're bored or whatever.
Well, that's not true. They won't kill you because they're bored. They'll kill you because they're territorial. And they're not under every rock, per se, but yeah, generally they're, like, everywhere. I can see what they mean. Like, if you turn... It's like 1 and 2, 1 and 3 rocks, you'll find a redback spider. If you're in the countryside.
We've got invisible brown snakes who'll bite you on the foot and you'll be
But
dead
you'll
in
be
7
dead in-
minutes. Just like that. Kaput.
That is true. If you don't have the anti-venom in 7 minutes, it's deadly. Brown snakes, you can't even see them. They hide in leaves. That's how bad they are. But yes, you'll be dead in 7 minutes. 7 minutes, that is correct. Without anti-venom. If you're in the middle of fucking nowhere, that's, like, really bad. Even if it doesn't hit a main artery, blood circulation, you'll be dead in 7 minutes, no matter what. That's how bad the poison is. Without the anti-venom.
We've got the world's deadliest creatures all over the place.
Okay, that's taking the piss out of Sydney Harbour Bridge and a crocodile. I don't think there is any crocodiles near Sydney Harbour Bridge.
Got magpies who'll steal the eyeballs from your face. But at least
That's true. Oh god, yes, this is such a jab at America.
Sharks will ascend from the deep and rip you in half with their razor sharp
Is that someone's butt? Oh god, okay.
teeth. We've got
Yep.
saltwater crocs who'll death roll you to death, and sea
Salt-
snakes
yep.
who'll gladly snatch your last breath.
Sea snakes, yeah. Again, sea snakes are, yeah, okay, that's true. They'll try and attack you.
We got a blue-ringed octopus, no bigger than this, that just sits around in rock pools waiting to kill kids and...
Okay, it doesn't sit around in rock pools waiting to kill kids. That's an over-exaggeration per se, but it does sit around in rock pools. So yeah, if you take your kid to the beach, be careful that you might find a blue ring octopus, because it has blue rings around it, and yeah, it is the size, like, it's that big. Watch your kids when you play around in rock pools for any other venomous animals, but yeah, blue ring octopus are deadly.
Even the platypus, a cute beaver duck thing, has got a spur on its ankle that'll kill you in one sting.
Not necessarily. Yes, it will kill you in one sting, again, if you don't have anti-venom. I don't think this guy... Like, I get it. They're saying, oh, you'll die. Which is true. Again, without anti-venom, I think it's 5... Yeah, I think it's also, like, 7 minutes or something. But it depends where it hits you. If it hits you in a main artery, you're dead, like, pretty much straight away. If it doesn't hit you in a main artery, I think you've got, like, 5 to 10 minutes, maybe, without anti-venom. I'm not entirely sure about that. Please correct me. But, yeah, it's a painful death without anti-venom, again, or being rushed to the hospital. For someone to describe what a platypus is, I'll put a platypus here, in editing. It's a beaver duck thing. It's a hybrid between a beaver and a duck, pretty much, for anyone who's not Australian. It's on our 20-cent coin. Again, I'll put that there in editing.
But at least we don't.
Oh, okay, so that's the lady who got bitten in half with the shark before. Okay. 15s.
instead. At least they can't end up in the hands of psychopathic teens.
Okay, psychopathic teens. That is true. We don't have school shootings here. It's really, really rare to have a school shooting here. At least here, parents are like, yep, I can send my kid to school without worrying them being shot up by some teenager. Suicidal, crazy suicidal teen or whatever. And our mental health services are not as great, but our mental health services here is not 100%. No place I don't think is 100%, but we are trying our best, and I think we do have good mental health facilities to a point, but it's kind of broken in a way it needs to be fixed. But yeah, again, we don't have we have a knife problem pretty much, like, teenagers in New South Wales and Queensland, going stabbing people, or the guy up in I think it was Sydney who went to a shopping centre and he was, schizophrenic and he had a machete chopping up people. But like, you don't hear about those often, right? You hear it maybe once every 3-4 months, not even, maybe 5 months. Occasionally is what I'm saying. You don't really hear about that. But yeah, gun violence here is really decreased after, I think it was Port Arthur and John Howard, I think it was, got rid of all the guns after Port Arthur. Mass shooting in Tasmania. Go and look it up. It's a mass shooting. 30 people were I think 30 plus people were killed. And the government was like, fuck you, we don't want guns because they're dangerous. And I think that's the best decision we've made as a country. Because America is... And yeah, I get their constitution of bear arms, and stuff, but at least you got other weapons. Well, okay. Here, I guess you've got other weapons you can use to defend yourself. Like a knife or scissors or something else, I guess, not a gun. Like, at least, I know several family friends who are doctors, and they're like, yeah, being stabbed is much better than being shot, because if you're being shot with the bullet, the bullet can break on impact and scatter everywhere and destroy organs, whereas being stabbed, it's only localized in one place, and they can sort of treat it for internal bleeding and stuff like that, and it's a lot easier being treated. But in general, I'm just saying I don't want to be stabbed or shot, but like, it's better being stabbed than shot in a way. Unless you're stabbed in the heart, that's given. If you're shot in the heart or stabbed in the heart, it's given, you're dead. But if you're like shot in the stomach, you can bleed out from internal bleeding of shrapnel everywhere. Whereas if you're stabbed in the stomach, you have to go through the spleen or whatever. It might be like a lacerated spleen or something, but at least you can sort of contain the internal bleeding to one spot, per se. Why am I saying this? I don't know. But yes.
Got stonefish.
Stonefish. Saw a stonefish. They're poisonous.
Fish and stingray.
Stingrays. Steve Irwin died because of a stingray. May he rest in peace. They're also deadly. He got stung in the heart. He got stung in the heart, so yeah.
And sea urchins.
Sea urchins, another thing. Also poisonous. If you step on it, yeah, you're not gonna die, per se. It's not that poisonous, but yeah, you'll probably be sick, and you'll have to rush to hospital. You can die, again, with any of these poisonous animals, you will die without antivenom. But if you're like, let's say close to a hospital, get your treatment of antivenom, then yeah, you should live.
And shit and hectic fucking...
Yeah, box jellyfish. What? He said hectic... What? I like it as like a murderer.
And shit and hectic fucking...
Hectic fucking...
Homicidal
what?
box...
Homicidal box jellyfish. Yeah, that's true. Box jellyfish. If you get stung by a box jellyfish, you can die. Again, you would probably need CPR if you're like stung within anywhere on your chest. If you're stung on the leg, still in really bad shape, go to the hospital, as I said. That's why I think we have like hospitals near beaches as well, is another thing. which is good because you got a lot of sea animals that want you dead, pretty much.
Jellyfish, and these jellyfish, they aren't even sentient beings. They don't even really do stuff or know about things. They just
That's true.
float around on the whim of the currents, being pointless, non-cognitive, murderous cunts. If that weren't enough in terms of natural hazards, here in Australia, the sun causes cancer. But at least we...
Sun causes cancer. Sorry I keep pausing and stopping and whatnot, but yeah, first of all, the animation is really good. Second of all, yeah, the sun causes cancer because we've got a fucking big hole in the ozone layer above Australia. That is true. We are, like, the number one killer here in Australia is melanoma. Believe it or not. Skin cancer. Yeah. So, that's a thing. He's right about that. Yeah. That is true. We don't have an NRA who pays millions of dollars. What? That's true. We don't have to pay the NRA. Whatever NRA stands for. National something. Whatever. But it's a corporation that's greedy and wants money because of guns. Or something. I don't know what it stands for, but it's American. Pretty much. Oh. That's true.
We've got bull sharks, cone shells.
Yeah, bull sharks, dangerous. Cone shells are sort of semi-poisonous again, without anti-venom. Saltwater crocodiles,
Crocodiles, honeybees.
Honeybees and European wasps, they sting like a motherfucker. Like, just, you don't want to be stung by them. You don't need a hospital or anything, but they just hurt. Real bad.
European wasp and blue ring Dr. Pie. Death blue bottles, red back spiders, tiger sharks, tiger snakes.
Tiger sharks, tiger snakes, that's true.
Lizards that'll
Lizards that will bite you. That's true. We have, like, several lizards, like frilled neck lizards. I think they'll bite. Actually, all lizards will bite, pretty much.
Oh, yeah, we got sea snakes, taipans, cassowaries.
Cassowaries! Holy shit! I paused on the wrong frame there, but cassowaries are the most deadliest animals here. They're like one of our fastest animals. They can freaking sprint like a cheetah or a tiger. Like, they're really fast and they'll chase you. They're even worse than emus. Emus will just harass you for food, peck around for food, and some of them are tamed enough to be around humans, but cassowaries, do not piss off a cassowary. It'll fucking chase you forever, pretty much, until you're dead. It'll peck you to death.
These copperheads, all the creatures of the copper land and sky and sea that want you dead.
That is true. Every animal of the land, sky, and sea want you dead. Stonefish?
Toadfish, stonefish.
Oh, toadfish. Toadfish is another fish that we have. Okay, sorry, I keep pausing, but Erie country jellyfish are like this freaking big. And, like, some of the they're really poisonous. They're, like, up there with box jellyfish. They'll kill you like, real bad, to the point where they're just a plague of them up in Darwin. Like, some places in Darwin during summer you can't swim. Like, they're just a plague of those shits everywhere. Not that I've been to Darwin, is the only place in Australia I haven't been to, but, like, a lot of the beaches, again, have crocodiles and, again, Erie country jellyfish and just other, mainly crocodiles and, Erie country jellyfish, but other jellyfish you can't swim. Like, it's no man's land. Like, you cannot swim there at all.
Fish, bull ants, centipedes, and ticks that cause paralysis.
Ticks that cause paralysis. Okay, ticks that cause paralysis, that's true and non-true at the same time. It's not scientifically proven, so you can't really say A causes B. However, but yeah, some ticks are deadly, especially if you get them in the back of your neck. There's a certain chance you will get paralysis, but not 100%, but, like, the chances are really high.
We don't have AR-15.
is just like literally shitting on America, saying we don't have AR-15s. We have all the deadliest animals in the world that might kill us, but we don't have guns. Okay, anyway.
Thank fuck they can't end up in the hands of psychopathic
suicidal teens, yeah.
Thank fuck we don't have an NRA who pay millions of
dollars every day. Hey, there's the other guy. His other eyeball was stolen. Okay. Okay.
A law that was written 200 years ago.
I think it was written 200 years ago. Maybe.
In a time when it took 3 minutes to read.
I don't think it took 3 minutes to reload. It took more or less 3 minutes. Maybe 2 minutes? Or something. I know that it took like a long time to reload, but I think they're like over exaggerating with the 3 minutes maybe. It did take some time to reload, that's true, back then.
Reload. A single round of ammunition, we knew.
A single round of ammunition, yeah. We knew nothing about depression, that's true, we only learned about depression later.
Nothing about depression, and you couldn't fire 45 rounds in 60.
That is true. You couldn't fire 45 rounds in 60 seconds. You got like those magazine clips of pretty much 45 rounds in 60 seconds. That's probably accurate. I don't know. We don't have guns here, as I said. Probably the only gun you're going to find here in Australia is if you're a farmer and you want a shotgun. That's pretty much the only gun there is. I don't know much about guns, but I know that farmers use guns, but again, you need a license for that, and with the license comes really stingy's not the best word, you're really hounded, your mental health checks, and you have you owned a gun before, and all sorts of other stuff. They really hound you before a farmer can own a gun. I know this from experience because my uncle used to own a gun because he used to own a farm back when I was really, really little, to shoot kangaroos and stuff. But seriously, they really they're really uptight is what I'm trying to say about getting a license here. Even police, I think, have to go through a lot of psych training and whatnot to get a gun. I'm not sure about police officers, but yeah, if you want a gun registry for a farm or whatever, you have to go through a lot of mental health checks and a lot of it's really hard. They make it really hard to get a gun, pretty much. Even if you're like in the army or whatever, retired vet, you still need to go through all that if you want to keep your gun or something, like, or even professional shooters for duck hunting and stuff like that. Again, you need a license, and it's really hard to get a license, and I think that's great. And all, like, here you don't hear about shootings much. You more hear about, the teenager who stabbed this person, as I said before, or that, knives are more of a problem, really, than guns. But anyway, that's a whole other issue entirely.
Seconds. And there wasn't even such a thing as automatic weapons.
True.
And there weren't 31 mass shootings monthly.
Yeah, we don't have, again, 31 mass shootings. Yeah, that's just really a jab at America of mass shootings. Yep.
But what would I know, 'cause I'm from another country.
I think he's saying I'm from another country, as in I'm from Australia, not America, so I wouldn't know about the mass shootings much. But, yeah, that is my reaction to Australia's Deadliest Animals song. I'll leave their link in the description. Go and check it out for yourself. But yeah, that is accurately true to some extent. But again, if you have a hospital nearby, you can get any venom and you'll be fine. And most of these animals are like out in the outback or countryside. Like, the worst here you're probably gonna get is a freaking tarantula in the city. But like, meh. In my backyard, probably I have found redback spiders and stuff, so that's probably true as well. But yeah, anyway, I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.